A group of Long Island Poles is urging Governor Kathy Hochul to boost taxpayer funding for the ailing Nassau University Medical Center, which has racked up $700 million in losses in the past decade. NUMC, one of 3 public hospitals in New York and the only one on Long Island, has been on the brink of financial collapse for years, thanks to increased demand for services and plummeting state aid, according to its operator, the Nassau Health Care Corporation. In 2021, New York State provided $180 million in subsidies to the hospital. Hospital supporter and Nassau County executive Bruce Blakeman told the Post on Tuesday. This past year, 2024, they have provided 0 funds to the hospital in an attempt to close it and blame it on hospital leadership, who have made significant strides in reducing costs and improving services, he said. A dozen local lawmakers from both sides of the political aisle fired off a letter to Hochul this past weekend, laying out the same concerns. They called for the state budget negotiations unfolding next month to include money to ensure the hospital stays afloat. NUMC, which is also home to Nassau's only Level 1 trauma center, has not received any state aid in more than 2 years, says the letter, calling this a glaring and unacceptable failure by New York State. But Hochul's Long Island press secretary, Gordon Tepper, said the lawmakers are wrong. Despite their false claims, NUMC has received significant financial support, Tepper told the Post. He said the aid includes $117 million in 2024 and $38 million to date for 2025, with further payments only being paused because of NUMC's own lawsuit against the state. The lawsuit, filed in November, alleges the state withheld more than $1 billion in Medicaid funds from the health center starting over 2 decades ago, claims that leaders in Albany deny. The hospital wants the state to pay out the funds it says they withheld, plus an additional $40 million in direct aid to cover employee contracts and other needs, said Bob Driscoll, an NUMC rep, to Crane's New York Business. NUMC spokesman Tom Bazile added to the Post that the hospital have not received any of the money Tepper is referencing and said none of its grant applications in 2024 were approved. Critics of the hospital's leadership, including local Democratic State Senator Ciela Bino, have called the HOSP a hotbed of corruption, bloated salaries, nepotism, and cronyism.